Hello everyone, welcome to this edition of This Day. It is Saturday, I'm at the desk, it's March 28th, all is right with the world. Here we go. March, last weekend of March, here we are. And in like a lion, out like a lamb. We didn't really have crazy weather for March, just the heat and things like that, but nothing too crazy. But that's it, last weekend of March, and here we are. We got a great show for you, so let's get started talking about it. On our show today, we're going to be hearing from the folks from Pet Well Clinic. We're going to welcome Dr. Leslie Gentry and Nick Law. They're going to be talking about the services they provide and Nick's familiarity with their services because he's one of their customers. And then later in the program, PCA is going to be here. We're going to be talking to Dr. Sarah Chui and Dr. Shalimi Alam. So we're going to be welcoming them to the show a little later in the program. Right now, we want to keep you informed, and we've got a good one for you. Easter Fest, it's coming. Are you ready to eat? Oh man, it's time to break bread with the neighbors. It's going to be next Sunday, April 5th. It's going to be at 1 p.m. Over at Clubhouse 5. You need to get tickets now. They are about 75-80% sold out, I think. So make sure you get those tickets. Prime rib, Cornish game hen, cold poached salmon, fresh fruit, seafood salad, Greek salad, and if you know me, you know my favorite, scalloped potatoes. You can skip the green beans. Don't even waste the plate space for that. I'll fill it up with bread and scalloped potatoes. Anyway, tickets are $19.50, folks, for the kids and $39 for adults. Again, make sure you get those tickets soon. They do sell out every year. Information's at the bottom of the screen. Let's check our weather forecast, and we've got some pretty good temperatures for, coming up, a mix of everything. So March is maybe kind of like April showers are coming, a lot of fun stuff. 86 today, 88 on Sunday, so we've got a very warm weekend, obviously, for us. And then cool off Monday as we transition to possible showers on Tuesday. April showers, Mayflowers, all those fun expressions. So there you go, 68 degrees on Tuesday with possible rain, and then Wednesday 68 again, and the rain should have moved out by then. Let's take a look at the sunrise, sunset. Beautiful shot here. Thank you very much for sending this one into us. Cole Young. It was a bird migration, San Clemente Pier. Look at all those birds. Wow, that's a really cool shot. Sunrise this morning was 6:44. Sunset tonight is going to be 7:09. If you have a great picture, we'd love to see it for our sunrise, sunset segments. Pets, places you're going around, vacations, all those things, send them in. Email us, lagunawoodsvillagetv@gmail.com. Make sure you include your name, where you took the picture, and we will use it in our sunrise, sunset segment. All right, folks, when we come back, we'll be talking to the folks from Pet Well Clinic. Stay with us.
If you're exhausted after conversations, it might not be you. It might be the strain of trying to hear. Today's AI-based hearing devices can do real-time situational analysis, helping reduce background noise so you can follow speech without working so hard, often leaving you feeling more relaxed and engaged. Try Audibel Eris. All insurances are accepted, and take advantage of our field trial that lets you test the environment where it matters the most, your daily life. Call us today, and remember, tell them Stuart sent you.
At Pet Well Clinic, your local fast relief pet care clinic, there's no waiting days for an appointment. Just walk in when your pet needs care. From the moment you arrive, you'll feel our commitment to openness and service excellence. You remain by your pet's side throughout their visit, and all charges are clearly explained, so there are no surprises at checkout. Serving Laguna Woods Village, we are committed to kind and accessible pet care. Pet Well Clinic, your most convenient option for quality pet care.
Welcome back, everybody. I want to welcome to our program Dr. Leslie Gentry and Nick Law from Pet Well Clinic. Sharing information, good stuff. Welcome to the show. And of course, how could I remiss? Coconut is here as well, who loves to look at herself in the camera.
Yes. Thank you for having us back.
Thanks for being here. So let's talk about wellness. It's kind of like a minute clinic for pets, right? You go in there, you kind of have some questions or whatever. So why do people come in and use your clinic instead of maybe going to a regular veterinary center?
Sure. So I think the main thing is that we are a walk-in clinic, so you don't need an appointment. Mm-hmm. And we do minor ailments, so it's quick in, quick out.
Right.
We don't do hospitalizations or anything, so we're very focused on you and your pet in the exam room.
Mm-hmm. And Nick, what's your experience been in having this, in being part of the clinic?
Well, I'm a client of theirs.
Right.
And we were my normal vet's up in the Anaheim Hills, and it's an ordeal of a drive.
Yeah,
And
but it's hard, like changing doctors. You don't want to change that vet that knows your pet.
It is.
Right?
I mean, we've been using that same vet for 30 years to 3 other dogs, and was very happy with them. Tried some other vets around here, didn't feel comfortable. We needed an urgent care, so my wife found Pet Well Clinic online, and so we gave them a try, and the service was fantastic.
Yeah, and it's really great. And so, but what are some of the things that you guys, like you said, no appointments necessary, but do people kind of use you as that regular kind of stop for things and that kind of thing? Like, hey, maybe I have a vet, but I'm going to you guys more than ever kind of thing.
It depends. We have a lot of regulars that come back for rechecks, but we do work with their regular vets. So, for example, I saw a pet yesterday that came in, wasn't eating well, and I saw the teeth needed to be cleaned. So I said, go to your regular vet and get the teeth cleaned.
Get these things, yeah. So it's just that really kind of check in, make sure everything's okay, and then send them off for the bigger needs they might have at a veterinary clinic and things like that.
And we were able to do the blood work for that pet, and so start to put the owner's mind at ease that everything's going to be okay.
And that's what I was going to ask Nick. Does like when something comes up, and like you said, they're way away at my regular vet, and you can just go in there and kind of have that anxiety kind of, okay, everything's okay.
Absolutely. I didn't have to wait 3-5 days or whatever to make an appointment with my regular vet, and felt very comfortable there, got the questions answered. One case we were referred to a specialist, and so all the preliminary work was done, and it's just clean, easy, and simple.
What, you have a dog, cat? I don't think we have.
It's a dog. I have a 65-pound pit bull. And pure muscle.
Now we're talking.
Pure muscle.
I love pit bulls.
Dr. Leslie will testify. This dog, he's very happy, very friendly to be there, but boy, when it's time to put something in his eye to test it, that's a battle.
You need help. Yeah, they're wonderful. I had a pit bull with the sweetest dogs in the world, but if they don't want to do something, I need some help here.
No worries about biting, but boy, it takes 3 of us to wrestle him into submission.
The great thing is that because the owners are with their pets the entire visit, Nick was able to be there and help Knox not be as afraid.
Yes, and that's another thing I want to talk about a little bit, because like when I've taken my pet to the clinic to our regular vet, it's like, okay, we'll go back and that whole thing, and the dogs have enough anxiety just going to the vet, and all the other dogs are barking, and the cats that are there, and all the kind of that. So I think it really that's kind of a thing you guys do. It really helps the pets, right?
Right, and helps the owners because they know what we're doing. I've had multiple clients who have never seen blood drawn on their pet before, and they're like, "Oh, that wasn't as bad as I thought." And or I always heard a dog crying in the back, and I was wondering if it was mine, and now I know that they're fine with it. So.
And you spend, do you spend as much time sometimes talking to the owner as you do kind of look at the pet? Because there's so much. Now, what are you doing? Is this okay? Did you check that kind of thing? Just like you said, it helps relieve that anxiety when they see what's going on.
Exactly, and I mean, because I'm there from the beginning to end, I'm able to build more of a relationship with the client, and we chat about things, and
That's great.
Yeah.
And for you, Nick, when you go in there, like you can go in there anytime, so you can work around that. Like you said, you don't have to wait for the appointment and then drive all the way up. So how easy is it in terms of working with your schedule?
Oh, it's a piece of cake. It fits in our schedule. We go in there. They're always ready for us to help with the help. And back to the previous point about being there with the dog, I had taken a Great Dane to a vet one time for eating too much chocolate. And I said, I need to go back with this dog because it gets very nervous without me. And they said, shut up, you're just a human, you stay out here. 5 minutes later, they came out, hey, you got to come back. Your dog's not calming down. That's what I tried to tell you.
Yeah.
So with what they do, it's huge to be there with the dog. It's very calming. It's good for me. It's good for my dog. And it works well for everybody.
Yeah. And do you feel like, Dr. Leslie, is that more of a holistic kind of thing you guys do? Like, hey, we're including everybody in this. We're all part of this process with the animal, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's not only the owner, but their whole family can be there. The exam rooms don't have blinds or anything, so even if you're out in the waiting room, you can see what we're doing in there. So if the family doesn't want to be in the exact room, they can still kind of keep an eye on what's going on. Yeah.
And what do you wish like more pet owners kind of understood about maintaining their pet's health? Like, what are things that we might not be doing right? Some of us, not everybody.
Yeah, prevention is number one.
Okay.
The first thing that comes to my mind is teeth brushing. A lot of pets have a lot of tartar, and it causes a lot of problems later, not only bad breath, but
guilty as charged. I was
easier than you think. So
we had one, and I'm telling you, with a pit bull, Like if they don't want it, it's like, oh, this is really tough. And we should have started it earlier. I'll tell you that as a puppy. But
As a
we
puppy.
That's where our big mistake was.
Yep.
When she got older, she's like, I don't know what you think you're doing.
Yeah.
With you, Nick, I mean, have you kind of like used this as that that safety valve of like I'm going here more because it's so convenient and because I get those answers I can get like that day of.
Absolutely. I'm basically using them as our regular vet now. Very happy with the service. I'm very particular on vets. They got to feel comfortable, and that's the feeling I have with Betwell and Dr. Leslie. It's just a wonderful service, and it's convenient as all can be. Very close.
And what are some of the things, since you're not a regular veterinary clinic, what are some of the things that you can help people out with, but you have to refer back to the regular vets for some things?
I can help with minor, like let's say they tweaked their foot or something, and we can do some anti-inflammatories. Let them know that I don't think it's broken, but if it doesn't get better, you need to go get an X-ray. The teeth is an example. You can start them on antibiotics. Make sure they're healthy everywhere else.
How about shots? You guys do the shots and
Yes.
things like that? Oh, hey, here we go. See, now we're getting somewhere.
Yeah. So we do vaccines, and we have packages that are available to help save money. I see you have some coupons up there behind you.
There we go.
Yeah.
There's coupons on the board. So folks that could walk in and get these packages up there, and that's off their exams and things like that. That's wonderful. And you're in regular communication with like the other vets. So when the records get updated with you, for instance, shots and things like that, that can go directly into their system, so
Exactly.
everybody's on the same page, and then the animal shelter knows, so they don't send you out the notice that you're overdue or whatever.
Exactly. Yes.
That's
yes.
great. How have you guys merged that? Like I know you said you use it as a regular veterinary clinic now, but how have you like merged those two worlds?
I really haven't, because I use them as my
They're all the time.
primary vet now.
There you go.
I haven't had to do anything else other than that. We had a specialist we had to go to, and the communication between the specialist and Dr. Leslie was phenomenal. And so Leslie's done the follow-up with us, and so it's worked out very well.
Yeah, and you save some gas money too.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
All right, I know you've already been a great advocate for these guys, but what would you say to somebody when you're talking about, if they're talking about their animal needs, their needs for their vet, and that kind of thing? What do you tell folks?
I just tell them it's a great service. They're caring, number one. You get to be with your pet the whole time. If you don't want, you can watch, but I love to be with my dog. And I have all the confidence in the world. And that's the best thing you can have, is confidence that your dogs are, in my case, my dog, is being treated properly.
There you go, folks. So if you're looking to check them out, you saw those coupons on the screen that they offer our folks here in the village. Make sure you contact the phone number, and no appointments necessary. But if you have questions, give them a call. But otherwise, just come on in.
Yeah.
Dr. Leslie Gentry and Nick Lall, thank you guys for joining us today.
Thank you.
And Coco as well. You were very well behaved. Good dog.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys. You're watching This Day. We'll be right back.
Thinking about selling your business? Well, now could be the time. Hi, I'm Tom Burns, business broker with the Deal Firm. Since 2008, I've helped business owners navigate the selling process. I've sold all kinds of businesses, from restaurants to law firms, to music schools, and even a fishing resort. I'm a business owner myself, so I understand what this process means to you. Your legacy deserves the right hands. If you're ready to sell your business, call me at the Deal Firm today to write your next chapter.
For nearly 40 years, Pacific Cardiovascular Associates has been the leading cardiovascular clinic serving Laguna Hills and Laguna Woods. At PCA, our board-certified heart specialists provide compassionate care, from initial consultations to routine follow-ups and more. We offer echocardiograms, stress tests, vascular studies, and pacemaker checks, all in one convenient location. With free parking and full wheelchair accessibility, PCA makes care easier than ever. Visit our website or give us a call to schedule your appointment today.
Welcome back, everyone. February was Women's Heart Health Month. We're missing it by just a few days, but I'm excited to welcome from the PCA Medical Group Dr. Sarah Chu and Dr. Shimili Alam. Hello, you two.
Hi. Hi.
How are you?
Good.
Thank you for joining us. This is such an important topic. kind of dear to my heart as well, because I just lost a family member to heart disease. So can you just briefly tell us about yourselves, PCA, and give us sort of just a quick background on the two of you?
Yeah, thank you for having us. So my name is Sarah Chu. I am one of the non-invasive cardiologists at PCA, and I'm interested in preventive cardiology and women's health.
Mm-hmm. Shamili?
And I'm Shamli Al. I'm excited to be here. I'm also a general cardiologist.
Okay, fantastic.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and PCA, so we're probably one of the largest groups in Orange County. So we span from offices in the north, Placentia, Linda, all the way down south to Laguna Hills. And we also have offices in Long Beach.
Really? Okay. So this is, you guys have just recently been coming to ThisDay. We've had 2 or 3 interviews with you. So what's it like to be inside of this community and working with the citizens of Laguna Hills?
Yeah, so I've done some clinic in Laguna Hills, and meeting all the patients has been very rewarding. We do see a lot of the population are mostly the elderly, and they just need really good cardiac care. So it's just a pleasure to be able to treat this population.
Right, right. And as we talked about earlier, February is National Heart Health Month. So why do you think that it's so important to bring awareness, especially to the demographic that we have here?
Yeah, absolutely. It's very, very important year-long that we remember women's cardiology, remember women's heart health. Unfortunately, women are half of the population, a little bit more in Laguna Woods, I just learned, but a lot of times women's cardiology just gets ignored. In the past, medicine science didn't really focus on women's cardiac health issues, so a lot of times things went underdiagnosed, undiagnosed.
Really?
And we find often that women, and especially elderly women, tend to minimize any cardiac symptoms that they might have. Like they will say, oh, I feel a little bit bad, but it's just part of normal aging, or anxiety or stress or what have you. And unfortunately, that results in missing cardiac diagnoses. And the earlier we catch these things, the better off we are, the easier it's treated with medicines or procedures even. So awareness is definitely important.
Yeah. So what are some of the things that you hope or wish that women knew more of when it comes to their heart health?
Yeah, so there's a lot of things. So I guess one thing is to listen to your body. So there are some symptoms that may be classical for heart disease or heart problems, such as chest pain, chest discomfort. But sometimes there are what we call atypical presentation or symptoms, such as nausea, vomiting, like GI symptoms, even jaw, neck discomfort, exercise intolerance. Those are things to watch out for.
Wow. So many people think that heart disease is more men-related, but that's not necessarily the truth, right?
Yeah, absolutely. It's still the leading cause of death for women. And actually women, probably because it's so underdiagnosed earlier in the disease progression, women tend to have worse outcomes from heart disease. So from their first heart attack, they might end up being very sick, versus men tend to do a little bit better with heart disease.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Wow. So tell us how they experience heart attacks differently.
Yeah, so like Dr. Chu was saying, a lot of times when you think of having a heart attack, you picture a man clutching their chest. They say an elephant sitting on my chest, that sort of thing.
Oh, right. I've heard that.
But women also have similar heart attacks to that, and that's obviously an emergency. You need to go get that taken care of immediately. But you might have some more subtle symptoms. So some people say like they have a belt around their chest, they can't quite take a deep breath, or they have shortness of breath when exerting themselves. Again, atypical symptoms like jaw pain, headaches, nausea, abdominal pain.
I would have never associated that with anything that would be heart related.
Right, absolutely.
So what would cause the jaw pain?
So sometimes the nerves that cause that experience pain from the heart, they feed other parts of the body around the heart, not just the heart muscle itself. So we called it referred pain. So it's pain from elsewhere that basically your brain doesn't do a great job at differentiating where that pain is coming from. So
Interesting.
I think what's important is if something feels off, don't ignore it. Something's going on.
Right, right. Yeah, like I said, I would have never associated the two. So if that were happening to me, I would think I would go to the dentist.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Figure out what's going on with my teeth. So what should someone do if they do start experiencing some of these symptoms?
Yeah, it's a really good question. So if someone does feel that's really severe or sudden and very intolerable, then you should definitely call 911 to go to the emergency room, because that's the best place to go for immediate care. And there's a saying called time is muscle, because you want to get immediate medical attention before you have permanent heart damage.
Wow.
However, on the other hand, if you feel like your symptoms are quite mild and tolerable, has been going on for days, weeks, or months, then you should let your doctor or provider know so you can get some workup done. So all in all, it's basically listen to your body. You know it best.
So when you say get some work done, what does that entail? Are there preventative things, or once you start noticing some different types of sensations and some onsets, what are some preventative things that people can do before it gets drastic?
Yeah, so prevention, we're going to say this over and over again, prevention is key. That's really where the brunt of our work is taking the healthy individual and making sure that you don't develop heart disease, because the outcomes are just better. You do better if you stop the disease early in its progression. So kind of the normal things that we think about for living a healthy lifestyle: exercise regularly. So the American Heart Association recommends that you get 150 minutes of exercise per week, so that's 5 30-minute sessions, and eat healthily. Avoid your super processed food.
Right.
Don't eat sugary foods, that sort of thing. But in terms of specific prevention of heart disease, talk to your primary care doctor. Make sure you're getting your general recommended screening. So make sure your cholesterol is okay. Check your cholesterol regularly. If you need cholesterol medicines, go on those medicines and stay on those medicines to make sure your cholesterol becomes under control. Check your blood work regularly for early signs of diabetes. Make sure your sugars are under control if you do have diabetes. Check your blood pressure. If your blood pressure is a little bit elevated when you go to the doctor, it might make sense to go home and check it at home. Automatic blood pressure cuffs are very easy to get over the counter. You can get them online. Most adults, your blood pressure should be less than 130/80. So if you notice that at home it's starting to be higher than that, talk to your doctor. You might need medicine. So that's kind of the brunt of it, is preventing heart disease.
Right.
Yeah, and as Dr. Alam mentioned, prevention is going to be the foundation, so lifestyle habits and medication. So in terms of workup, yes, we do have a lot of tests that we could do. So there could be stress tests, there's treadmill stress tests, or even chemical stress tests, sometimes with nuclear studies. Sometimes a patient is better suited for other testing, such as a cardiac CT test that Dr. Giglu and Dr. Kanugris in our group are experts at reading, or even a cardiac MRI, depending on the patient's situation. And the most invasive thing that we can do, which our interventional cardiologists do, is something called a coronary angiogram, or a left heart catheterization, when we highly suspect someone may have severe blockages in the large arteries of the heart, the epicardial arteries. So yes, we have, at our group, we can do a lot of these tests.
So is heart disease something that you can be born with, or is this a progressive disease as we age?
Yeah, that's a good question. So when we think of heart disease, typically we think of blockages in the large arteries of the heart, which are the coronary arteries, epicardial arteries. So yes, that is like the most common problem that we see. Sometimes though, interestingly for women, we tend to have a higher prevalence of small vessel disease than microvascular disease, and it's actually more common in women than men, which could be treated with medications but not with stents. Then you have the other side of the spectrum, which if you're talking about you're born with the heart disease, that's congenital heart disease, which our pediatric cardiologists or adult congenital disease specialists can help, like hole in the heart, pain foramen ovale, PFO for short. there's a wide spectrum. So it's a very a broad range of diseases in cardiology. That's why we have so many specialties within cardiology.
Right. And we're probably only scratching the surface from where we will be in a few years from now.
Right.
Ladies, I have a lot more questions for you, but unfortunately that's our time for today. Will you come back?
If you'll have us.
Yes, absolutely. All right, Dr. Lem, Dr. Chu, thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate it. You're watching This Day on Village TV. We'll be back after these messages.
The Laguna Woods History Center, the only purpose-built local history archive in Orange County, has been capturing the legacy of our community since 1977. As a nonprofit dedicated to preserving today for tomorrow, we collect, conserve, and share the history of Laguna Woods Village, the city of Laguna Woods, and the surrounding Orange County region. Step into the past and connect with the present at your community archive. Whether you're curious about local milestones, searching for historical documents, or exploring treasured artifacts, the History Center is your gateway to the stories that shape Laguna Woods. The Laguna Woods History Center is a separate building adjacent to the Village Library. We are open Monday through Friday from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. or by appointment. Visit us and find your place in history.
And welcome back, everybody. We want to talk about our Saturday movie. We've got an interesting one here. This is kind of a wild one. It's Beyond Disclosure. It just came out last year. It's a documentary brought to us by Pacific Financial Planners. And after claiming he served 20 years in a secret space program, Corey Goody became a UFO icon, then a lightning rod. So this documentary follows his rise and the strange intersection of memory, myth, and media in the age of disclosure. So that might be an interesting one to watch today. 2 p.m. with the subtitles, 6 p.m. without the subtitles. Okay, let's take a quick check of our weather before we head out. And we got some pretty warm temperatures for the weekend. And then we have a real quick shift. We're going to maybe have a possibility of showers on Tuesday. I think that's the last day of March. So maybe March is going out not so much like a lamb, more like a lion. There you go. Possibility of showers, 68 degrees, a lot cooler, very, very spring-like. And then 68 again on Wednesday without that possibility of showers. All right, folks, Monday on the program, we're going to be hearing from Caring Senior Services and the folks from Hogue, so stay with us. I'll be here as well. That's going to do it for this edition of This Day. I'm Michael Taylor. For all of us here at Village Television, we hope you make this day a great one.